Hey everyone, today we're going to deal a drug of plant kingdom which has beautiful flowers but also a deadly poison. We will take a look over the important points in a short time but making sure that by the end of the video we have a good knowledge about the drug. Before we begin, I would like to remind you to subscribe for the channel. And let's quickly move on to the drug, first with a short introduction of the drug. So basically, aconite belongs to the family Ranunculaceae. And there are many important alkaloids in the plant, but the most important one is the aconitum. And it was proved by our master himself. Traditionally, it was used as a poison for hunting, and this herb is considerably toxic and must be handled with care. Now let's see the sphere of action of the drug aconite. So basically, aconite acts well in the congestive stage of inflammation, beginning of an acute disease, and the systems like nervous, GIT, and the mucous membranes and the serous membranes. Now let us take a look at the causative factors, aka ailment factors of aconite. Exposure of dry cold wind, of draft of cold air, and checked perspiration, and fear or fright. Checked perspiration is nothing but suppression of sweat, like go sit directly under a sun right after sweating a lot. It's basically like that. So aconite is most suited for acute complaints and young people with dry hair, rigid muscular fibers, and plethoric, and mostly girls who are plethoric and who have a sedentary mode of life. Now let us see the generals. They are both physically and mentally in a restless state, and their complaints are usually acute, sudden, and violent invasion. As I already told you about the ailments, they are exposure to dry, cold weather and drafts of cold air, and the pain is usually tingling, cold, and numbness. They have no periodicity. That means like they don't have any regular interval because with the occurrence of the symptoms. Day by day, there may be some relation in some other drugs. Okay, so and then there is a great dryness of skin and mucous membrane. There is thirst for large quantities of cold water. Now the pain of aconite, they are sudden, intense, intolerable to the extent that drives them crazy, and worse at evening and night, and there is a profuse hemorrhage of bright red color. Now let us see the modalities like aggravations and ameliorations. They are aggravated in the evening, night, warm room, lying on the affected side, rising from the bed, and music. Amelioration is open air. And the convulsions of aconite occur due to the sudden fright and due to high rise of temperature, and there is a presence of twitching of single muscles, like example just the eye, one eye twitching may be present, and the child screams during convulsions. So croup is nothing but an respiratory infection caused mostly by the viruses. The classical symptoms may include barky cough or stridor with a hoarse voice. In aconite, it is short, frequent, dry cough with tickling sensation in the throat, and there is a hoarseness of voice with expectoration. Now let us see the fever of aconite. It is due to exposure to cold, as we already discussed about the ailment factors, and it may be due to fear, and the skin will be dry and hot burning. The face will be pale or red, and they are alternating between the paleness and the redness. There is extreme dryness of the mucous membrane and the thirst for large quantities of cold water. Other than this, we saw the general symptoms like they may be sudden, intense. Okay, I guess we're gonna go to the end of the video. Last but not the least, we're gonna see the trials of aconite. Trials of homeopathic remedies which have aconite in them. And trial of restlessness is aconite, which is nervous restlessness, and arsal for mental restlessness, and rustox for physical restlessness. And trial of croup is aconite, spongia, and heparsal. Hope you are clear with the important topics of aconite, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.